Bannings, bannings, bannings. I just wanted to talk today about bannings and where they all started, for me, really. And where that started for me was Splinter Twin. So Splinter Twin was one of the most iconic bans in Modern. And it kind of started the whole ban hammer, if you will. So once this was banned, it kind of ruined Modern in a way, and it's never really recovered. And it's made Wizards of the Coast more often ban cards that they really should just be printing cards to play against the banned cards and to kind of diversify the format without bannings. I think a better way to diversify a format is to actually just playtest cards more, which Wizards of the Coast doesn't do as much anymore, obviously. But also just playtest, create new cards in other formats, cards that are going to actually make the format more healthy without the bans. There's always ways to play around cards as long as you're printing appropriate cards in sets. Right? Well, at least that's my perspective. I don't know. Maybe you guys have another perspective on it, and you guys can leave your comments. And I'll read them, and I'll let you know what I think of them. But so if you look at Splinter Twin, it was almost $30 at the time it was banned, and then it just quickly sank down to almost $3. It's got a little bit of growth later on because there was some speculators when they made an announcement that it would be unbanned, and people thought, hey, if they unbanned Stoneforge Mystic, why wouldn't they unban Splinter Twin? But it never happened. In any case, it's kind of really kicked off a large amount of bans that I don't think were really justified, and one of them is MOX Opal. And obviously MOX Opal, to a lot of people, was a broken card, and anything that gives you free mana, in a way, kind of is broken. But, I mean, Manamorphose is still there, right? And it replaces itself. That, to me, would be a more suitable ban, but I know they like to try to get people to play certain formats that are the cheaper decks to play, like Storm. It's an easy entry into Modern, but nevertheless, MOX Opal at one point was almost $120 a playset. Almost $120. Just imagine how you'd feel if you just purchased a playset of MOX Opal for almost $500, and then the card gets more than halved right after that in value. That would hurt pretty bad, and that's what a lot of people did feel, unfortunately, right? If you're just a college kid, you don't have a lot of money, you have student loans, and you want to buy some cards because you love the game, and you want to play Modern, and you want to play Affinity even, right? So that was a deck that was completely fine. MOX Opal wasn't making that deck more degenerate than other decks in the format. In fact, it was a staple in Modern for years. Affinity was a staple in Modern. People loved playing Affinity. And it was one of those casual decks. If you were playing Modern for a while, Affinity was a pretty safe target. So you'd come in and out of Magic, as most players do, and you'd feel fine. You feel like, your investment is in safe space, let's say. It's a safe investment. Not that you're necessarily trying to invest in these cards, but it's a safe place to put your money, you'd think, right? But not really, because look at that. Went down to $53. Wow. That would hurt. But the worst part about bans is not even just that. It's also the fact that there is collateral damage that you will get sometimes, like Arcbound Ravager. It also went down from when it was banned, it was September, I believe, so almost $40 down to $17. And at its high point, a few months prior to that, it was $53, $54. So just imagine how much that would also hurt too, because not only are you losing value in your MOX Opal, now you're losing value in your other cards in the deck as well. So let's say you had the Affinity deck. Okay, that Affinity deck, prior to the MOX Opal ban, was maybe about $600, $700, $800 maybe. And then now you'd be lucky to sell your Affinity deck for over $400. You could probably find an Affinity deck out there for $350, as long as you're getting the cards played and none of them foil. $350, I would say, is pretty believable price. And then you look at other cards as well that are collateral. Goblin Lore, gigantic decline after they banned Faithless Looting. Massive decline. Look at that. Banned in the summer, and then just keeps going down. Obviously, at one point that was unrealistic, but that was before the ban. But this is what I mean. Like, if you have a deck and you're investing in that deck and you enjoy playing, there has to be more alternatives that Wizards of the Coast can do besides just banning a card just outright. Because Hollow One was not degenerate. Hollow One, in my opinion, was one of the most fair decks you could play in Modern. But yeah, unfortunately, there is Collateral Damage, and Inkmoth Nexus is another one that shows that exact same decline after the ban. So what do you guys think? Do you think banning should be a little bit more relaxed? Are you upset with some cards that you may have had that have lost value due to bans, cards that had nothing to do with the original reason why they banned a card? Or do you think that Wizards of the Coast should continue doing what they do because you think it diversifies the format? Let me know in the comments, and I'll be sure to read them, and I'll let you know what I think. I'll see you in the next video.